This week we read the last chapter of the Ethics of the Fathers, and there's an enigmatic statement by Rabbi-YE-HOSHUA ben Levi, and it goes as follows. Omer Rabbi-YE-HOSHUA ben Levi, Rabbi-YE-HOSHUA ben Levi said, B'chol yom v'yom baskel yetzes mahar choyrev u'machrezes v'yimeres. There's a voice of heaven that goes out and announces and states the following. It announces that we must be listening to a message, and then tells us that the message is as follows. Oy lehem labriyos me'elbono shel Torah. Woe to all the creatures from the shame that they're not involved in studying of Torah. Shekol mi she'eino osek b'Torah nikra nazav. Whoever is not involved in the process of learning, not just learning Torah, but developing Torah, is called dishonored. Shenemer, as it says, nezim zohov be'av chazir. It's like a gold ring in the nose of a pig. Isha yofo v'soras toam. A beautiful woman lacking discretion. Strange. Why do you say that they're condemned or despised because it's a gold ring on the nose of a pig? What's the gold ring doing on the nose of a pig? And what is the example of a woman lacking discretion? The Torah is supposed to give a person the ability to decide and understand the proper path. And if a person is not involved, not just in learning of Torah, but not involved in the process of developing the Torah within himself and with the community, within the world, then this person is rejected by God, because the purpose of the Torah isn't that it remain theoretical, that remains something that people study for becoming wise and saying all kinds of nice, cutesy things. The purpose is the development of the person, and as the person develops, other people will want to know how you got that way, and those people will also learn, not just the scholar, but the ignoramus, and not just the Jew, but the Gentile. And this is what it means, nezem zohov ba'af chazir. Why a gold ring in the nose of the chazir? The chazir shows its feet. It lies down and it shows that its feet are kosher. But it does not chew its cud. Chewing the cud means that you go over and over whether or not the material things that you have, whether those are done properly or necessary. And therefore, if a person is a theoretician, he only studies Torah to solve the riddles of the Torah. He only studies Torah because he does not wish to apply it in his life. So the Torah is a nezem zov. It is a ring, a gold ring, tremendous value, but it's in the wrong place. Because the person, even though he shows that he is kosher, but hasn't absorbed the lesson of the Torah, and therefore is considered, condemned, as if he was a chazer, as if he was a pig. And that's the same idea as Isha Yofa V'Soras Tam. It's possible for a person to, as a result of his Torah studies, and even his conduct, to be like a beautiful woman, but lacking discretion, lacking insight. What does it mean, lacking insight? A person who's beautiful on the outside but doesn't have understanding is a foolish person. You can't live very long with such a person. A person who studied the Torah but has not absorbed the lesson of the Torah, hasn't brought the Torah to himself, that person is lacking discretion. The person is lacking the ultimate lesson of the Torah. And the ultimate lesson of the Torah is to absorb its lesson and become a person like the Torah's instruction is. And when you become like the Torah's instruction wants you to be, you become a free man. How do you become a free man? How is it possible that by keeping thousands of laws you become a free man? So let me explain to you why. The purpose of the Torah is to teach the person to be harmonious and balanced. Balance requires the ability to sometimes say yes and sometimes say no. Somebody wants a favor. Do you do the favor or not? Most of the time you say yes, but sometimes you have to say no. How do you know when to say no? You see an advertisement for something that's very tasty and wonderful, and your mouth is watering, and your kids want it. Do you know when to say yes and when to say no? Do you give in all the time? The answer is most of us give in to our pleasures almost all of the time. There's hardly a time when we say no. We may say no to somebody else. You say no to a collector asking for money for yeshiva. But do you ever say no to yourself? Do you know when to say no to yourself? Do you know when to stop indulging? Most of us, myself included, are overweight. We don't know when to say no to ourselves. When we learn the Torah and we follow its rules exactly, we learn balance. And balance means we know when to do something and when to avoid something. And that is the secret of somebody who's involved in Torah. Involvement in Torah doesn't mean that 24 hours a day all he thinks about is. No, involvement in Torah is that we take the lesson of Torah to heart and bring it into our daily lives. And then it's a gold ring in a beautiful woman's face. And the woman has discretion because the person has brought the lesson of the Torah into their lives. And that's the meaning of Rabbi YE-HOSHUA ben Levi's cryptic statement.